The revelation of the fact that Caier possessed 108 power startles everyone in the Knight's Temple. Han Qian, the Knight Chief, finally gives up the idea of punishing Caier. The incident that Yang Wenzhao is seriously injured also quiets down. On this day, the competition venue is once again packed with people. Today is the day of the final draw. Those who are able to enter the finals are the pride of the 6 holy temples. They will all become members of the demon hunting group, carrying the hope of human beings against the demons. Long Haochen and Li Xian made it to the arena early in the morning. Long Haochen feels nervous. Caier left a message to him saying that they would meet again in the final. He's eager to see Caier and can't wait to participate in the final. In the noisy crowd, Long Haochen sees a familiar green-haired man. It's Lin Xian who gives him pills. Lin Xian also notices Long Haochen, a joyful look flashing across his handsome face. Lin Xian gently holds a rose in his right hand, swaggering to Long Haochen. Long Haochen is rendered speechless seeing Lin Xian's look of flamboyance and narcissism. This guy is flashy wherever he goes. Li Xian is so embarrassed. She shakes her head helplessly, with her right hand covering her fair forehead. She unconsciously moves back a few steps to keep a distance from Lin Xian. While Long Haochen and Lin Xian are talking, Yang Wenzhao also appears on the court. His lips are pale, and his handsome face is drained of color and animation. Long Haochen is wondering what happened to Yang Wenzhao. Just then he suddenly finds that the latter is staring at him coldly. The strong hostility in his eyes sends a chill down Long Haochen's back. I wonder what happened to Yang Wenzhao? Long Haochen is confused. He couldn't understand why Yang Wenzhao is so hostile to him. Even if the two had a fierce battle, it's just a game. Besides, it's Yang Wenzhao who won in the end. Well, Long Haochen is also very militant. Yang Wenzhao's powerful momentum evokes his will to fight. He is increasingly looking forward to meeting this opponent again, to draw Yang Wenzhao as his opponent in the finals. Suddenly, there comes the crisp sound of several bamboo sticks hitting the ground. It's like the morning bell exploding in Long Haochen's head. The voice engraved in his body cells makes him suddenly turn around and look back. Caier, it's Caier! Long Haochen goes wild with excitement. He runs to Caier excitedly and takes her delicate hands. He has been expecting this moment ever since Caier once said that they would meet in the finals. What surprises Long Haochen is that he sees this moment coming in the draw ceremony. Caier, here you are. Long Haochen says in a gentle tone, his words filled with joy. Caier merely says, yes, before she lowering her head as the color flooded her cheeks. Seeing Caier's reaction and their clenched hands, Long Haochen suddenly becomes clear in his mind and quickly takes back his palm. He was so excited to see Caier just now that he neglects the fact that he's holding her hand in public. Long Haochen scratches his head and says to Caier sheepishly, sorry, let's go over there and sit down first. Hearing this, Caier nods. Blush lingers on her beautiful face, making her more attractive. Long Haochen stares at her in a daze. At this time, Yang Wenzhao also notices the arrival of Caier. He raises his heroic eyebrows, and the pierced lung in the chest seems to be aching again. This girl in purple skirt looks pure and lovely. But this gives him a psychological shadow he has never had before, emptying his mind of revenge, though he is the pride of the Night Temple. Yang Wenzhao gently presses his palm on the wound of his right chest, breaking out in a cold sweat. The chill in his eyes is more intense when he looks at Long Haochen. The horrible girl in purple skirt stabbed him because of this brat. Long Haochen is completely immersed in the joy of reuniting with Caier without sensing the hostility from Yang Wenzhao. Only now does he know that Caier also comes to participate in the competition. Long Haochen is taken by surprise. Thinking of Caier's blind eyes, he couldn't help feeling more sorry for her. He carefully leads Caier to an empty place. Li Xian and Lin Xian are sitting beside him. Long Haochen, who seldom speaks, has never stopped talking even ever since he saw Caier, happiness overflowing on his face. Li Xian, seeing Long Haochen's expression, is also stunned. Is this still his calm and quiet brother? A faint smile touches Li Xian's ruddy red lips. She is increasingly curious about the background of the blind girl in front of her, who could fascinate her brother. While Long Haochen is talking with Caier, at the main seat in the distant grandstand, a man in hard steel armor with mysterious mist surrounding him is trembling with his body slightly bent. He is Ying Suifeng, the deputy head of the Assassin Temple. Through the helmet on his head, he fixes his sharp eyes on Long Haochen. With an overwhelming aura, he's charging toward Long Haochen. He wants to see what kind of jerk dares to take away the saint of their assassin hall. Long Haochen is talking when he suddenly feels a huge force pressing on him. This powerful pressure, like a mountain, presses on him, making it hard for him to stand on his feet. Long Haochen summons his spiritual power to fight against the great pressure, but the power is so terribly strong that he could hardly keep himself stable. At the moment when the vast pressure envelopes Long Haochen, Caier senses something wrong. Although she can't see, she can also clearly locate the pressure and know who it is from. Caier turns to Ying Suifeng, and a chill turns into visible purple air, which comes out from behind her and targets at Ying Suifeng. The piercing coldness that runs through Ying Suifeng makes him freeze, and then he shakes his head and withdrew the pressure on Long Haochen. It can be seen that the saint attaches great importance to Long Haochen. He was just flying a kite, not expecting such strong reaction from Caier. As Ying Suifeng cuts him slack, Long Haochen feels a little lighter and regains his control over his body. He breathes heavily and his face is filled with amazement. He looks around in a daze, trying to find out who has just made the move against him. It's okay. It's just someone wants to test you. Lin Xian suddenly says, with an appearance of nonchalance. He points to the direction of the grandstand and continues. Did you see that? None high-powered ones of the 6 holy temples is absent in the draw ceremony. Someone must be very free. His casual tone seems to be telling that this thing is not strange to him, and his words reveal his familiarity with those at the senior levels. Long Haochen is skeptical, and before he could ask, the final draw ceremony has started. An old man with restrained breath is making his way to the center of the grandstand. The draw ceremony is finalized beneath the gaze of so many eyes, and the result is announced in public. Caier, Li Xian, and Lin Xian, the show-off, are put in the same group. Long Haochen isn't in the same group as Yang Wenzhao as he wishes, but the group he is in is supremely powerful with not only the number 1 summoner and number 2 sorcerer, but also a number of top-ranked assassins.